Welcome to the Discourse Analyzer AI Toolkit, where articles come alive. You're listening to the audio version of our article. For the full text and an interactive experience, check out the link in the description below. Interact with any selection using our AI assistant to enhance your understanding. Let's explore.
Sequential Organization in Discourse Analysis. Sequential organization in discourse analysis refers to the way that language and actions are structured in a particular order during communication. It is concerned with how participants manage turn-taking, the flow of conversation, and the logical or interactional connections between utterances. This concept originates from conversation analysis, CA, a subfield of discourse analysis, which studies how conversations are organized and how participants coordinate their interactions in real time. By examining sequential organization, discourse analysts investigate how interactions unfold step by step, how participants signal their intentions, respond to one another, and negotiate meaning. Sequential organization helps to understand not only what is said but also why it is said in a particular order and how this order contributes to meaning-making, social relationships, and power dynamics. 1. Key components of sequential organization. Turn-taking. Managing the flow of conversation. Turn-taking refers to the way speakers alternate during conversation, determining who speaks, when, and for how long. Effective turn-taking helps maintain the flow of discourse, allowing participants to contribute without overlapping excessively or leaving long gaps between turns. Turn allocation. This refers to how turns are distributed in conversation. Turns can be self-selected, the speaker chooses to take the turn, or allocated by another participant. Overlap and interruption. Overlaps occur when participants speak at the same time, while interruptions happen when one speaker cuts off another. These can signal cooperation, competition, or dominance, depending on the context. Example: in a business meeting, participants often self-select their turns by signaling readiness to speak with pauses, body language, or using transition phrases like, "I'd like to add." Interruptions might occur if one participant disagrees or feels the need to assert authority, showing how turn-taking reflects power dynamics. Adjacency pairs. Structuring interactions. Adjacency pairs are pairs of utterances that typically occur together in conversation, where the first part invites or requires a specific type of response from the second part. Common examples include question-answer, greeting, and offer acceptance, rejection. Expected responses. Certain utterances have predictable responses. For instance, a question typically expects an answer, and a greeting expects another greeting. Trouble in sequence. If the second part of the adjacency pair does not follow, it can indicate trouble or disalignment in the conversation, leading participants to repair the interaction. Example: in a phone conversation, "Hello" typically elicits a response like, "Hi, how are you?" If the response is delayed or absent, it may create tension or confusion, requiring clarification. Adjacency pairs thus guide the structure of conversation and signal whether participants are aligned in their communication. Preferred and dispreferred responses. Marking agreement and disagreement. Preferred and dispreferred responses refer to how social norms influence the structure of conversation. A preferred response aligns with the expectations set by the first speaker, while a dispreferred response diverges from these expectations. Preferred responses. These are typically quick, straightforward, and show agreement, acceptance, or cooperation. For example, when someone makes an offer, the preferred response is acceptance. Dispreferred responses. These are often delayed, indirect, or softened with politeness strategies, showing disagreement, rejection, or non-compliance. Example: when someone offers a suggestion, "How about we go for pizza tonight?" A preferred response would be, "Sounds great." A dispreferred response might be, "Well, I'm not sure, I was thinking of something else," indicating reluctance or disagreement. The structure of the response is crucial in maintaining politeness and social harmony. Repair mechanisms. Correcting and clarifying misunderstandings. Repair refers to strategies used by speakers to correct problems in understanding or communication. These problems can arise from mishearing, misunderstandings, or miscommunication, and repair mechanisms help to maintain the coherence and flow of conversation. Self-repair. The speaker who produced the problematic utterance corrects it, often immediately. Other repair. Another participant points out or corrects the problem, which may involve repeating or rephrasing a statement. Example: if someone says, "I'll meet you at 5 p.m., but the listener misheard and responds, "Wait, did you say 6 p.m.? The speaker might self-repair by responding, "No, 5 p.m. This repair process helps clarify the miscommunication and allows the interaction to proceed smoothly. Opening and closing sequences. Beginning and ending interactions. Conversations typically have structured ways of beginning and ending, known as openings and closings. These sequences are important for managing the social aspects of interaction, such as showing politeness and respect, or ensuring mutual understanding before moving on. Openings. These often include greetings, inquiries about well-being, or ritualized phrases to initiate interaction, such as, "Hello, how are you?" Closings. These involve signaling that the conversation is coming to an end, often with phrases like, "Well, I should get going," or "Let's talk soon." Successful closing sequences prevent abrupt endings, allowing participants to part on good terms. Example: in a phone call, the opening sequence might start with, "Hi, it's John, how are you?" signaling the start of the interaction. The closing sequence might involve a summary of actions or plans, so, "We'll meet at 6 p.m. tomorrow," followed by farewell phrases like, "Okay, talk soon, bye," which signal that both participants are ready to end the conversation. Sequential positioning and context sensitivity. Contextualizing meaning based on position. The meaning of any given utterance is often dependent on its position in the sequence of interaction. Participants interpret what is said based on what has been previously said in anticipation of what is to come. Sequential positioning. An utterance gains meaning from where it appears in the conversation. For example, a question in the middle of a conversation might function differently than a question used to open or close an interaction. Context sensitivity. The interpretation of utterances depends on both their sequence and the broader social context. This includes cultural norms, the relationship between participants, and the situation in which the discourse occurs. Example: in a job interview, a question like, "Why do you want to work here?" is expected to be followed by a detailed response that demonstrates interest and knowledge about the company. However, if asked in an informal conversation, the same question might require a less formal or detailed response, reflecting the sensitivity to context and sequential positioning. Topic management and topic shifts. Controlling the direction of conversation. Topic management refers to how participants introduce, maintain, or shift topics during conversation. It involves decisions about what to talk about and when, as well as how smoothly or abruptly topics change. Topic introduction. Introducing a new topic often requires a transition marker, such as, "By the way," or "Speaking of which." Topic shift. Shifting from one topic to another can signal a change in focus or relevance. Abrupt shifts may signal disinterest or impatience, while smooth transitions help maintain conversational flow. Example: in a casual conversation, a person might use topic shifts to change the subject from work to weekend plans, saying something like, "So, what are you doing this weekend?" This smooth transition helps guide the conversation in a natural way. Point 2. Examples of sequential organization in discourse analysis. Example 1. Sequential organization in customer service calls. Structuring institutional talk. Customer service calls follow highly structured sequential patterns, with clear opening and closing sequences, as well as specific types of adjacency pairs, e.g., problem report and solution offer. Example: in a customer service interaction, the opening sequence often involves the service representative asking, "How can I help you today?" This creates an adjacency pair with the customer's response, such as, "I'm having trouble with my account." The conversation then proceeds with a series of questions and responses aimed at diagnosing and resolving the issue, followed by a closing sequence, such as, "Thank you for calling, have a nice day." Example 2. Sequential organization in classroom discourse. Managing question-answer sequences. In classroom interactions, teachers and students frequently engage in question-answer adjacency pairs, with the teacher controlling the flow of conversation through turn-taking and topic management. Example: a teacher might ask, "What is the capital of France?" expecting a specific answer from students. The preferred response is Paris, while a dispreferred response would be silence or an incorrect answer, which might prompt the teacher to initiate repair by saying, "Are you sure about that?" Let's think again. Example 3. Sequential organization in legal discourse. Maintaining courtroom procedures. Courtroom interactions are tightly regulated, with sequential organization guiding the flow of testimony, objections, and rulings. Adherence to these sequences is crucial for maintaining order and fairness. Example: in a trial, a lawyer might ask a witness, "Can you describe what you saw that night?" creating an adjacency pair with the witness's description. If the opposing lawyer objects to the question, a repair sequence occurs, with the judge intervening to either uphold or overrule the objection. The conversation then continues based on the judge's ruling. Example 4. Sequential organization in doctor-patient conversations. Managing diagnosis and treatment discussions. Doctor-patient interactions often follow a structured sequence of symptom reporting, diagnosis, and treatment recommendation, with adjacency pairs playing a key role. Example: a doctor might ask, "What brings you in today?" expecting the patient to describe their symptoms. This creates a question-answer adjacency pair, followed by the doctor providing a diagnosis and recommending treatment. The sequence is organized to ensure clear communication and efficient diagnosis. Conclusion: sequential organization in discourse analysis provides a framework for understanding how conversations are structured, how participants manage the flow of interaction, and how meaning is co-constructed in real time. By analyzing turn-taking, adjacency pairs, repair mechanisms, and other sequential structures, researchers can uncover how social relationships, power dynamics, and communication norms are negotiated through language. Sequential organization is key to understanding the coherence, logic, and function of discourse in a wide range of contexts, from everyday conversations to institutional interactions. Frequently asked questions. What is sequential organization in discourse analysis? Sequential organization refers to the structured way language and actions unfold in communication. It looks at how participants manage turn-taking, the order of speech, and the logical flow of conversation, allowing researchers to understand how meaning is constructed in interaction. Why is turn-taking important in sequential organization? Turn-taking ensures that participants take turns speaking without interrupting each other or creating long pauses. It maintains the flow of conversation and reflects social norms, power dynamics, and cooperation between speakers. What are adjacency pairs? Adjacency pairs are two-part exchanges in conversation, such as question-answer or greeting-greeting, where the first part naturally invites a specific response. They help structure interactions and signal alignment or disalignment between participants. What are preferred and dispreferred responses? Preferred responses align with social norms and expectations, e.g., acceptance of an offer, while dispreferred responses, e.g., rejection or disagreement, are often delayed or softened with politeness to maintain social harmony. How do repair mechanisms work in conversation? Repair mechanisms are strategies used to correct misunderstandings or miscommunications. Speakers can self-repair or be corrected by others, ensuring clarity and maintaining the flow of conversation. What are opening and closing sequences in discourse? Opening sequences are used to start interactions, e.g., greetings, while closing sequences signal the end of conversations, e.g., goodbyes. These sequences help manage social relationships and ensure smooth transitions in communication. How does sequential positioning affect meaning? The meaning of an utterance depends on its position in the conversation. Words or phrases take on different meanings based on their context in the sequence, and participants interpret them accordingly. How is topic management handled in conversations? Topic management involves introducing, maintaining, or shifting topics during interaction. Smooth transitions indicate cooperation, while abrupt changes can signal disinterest or impatience. How does sequential organization reflect social relationships? Through turn-taking, adjacency pairs, and repair mechanisms, sequential organization helps negotiate social roles, power dynamics, and relationships, reflecting hierarchy, cooperation, or conflict in interactions. In what context is sequential organization analyzed? Sequential organization is analyzed in a variety of settings, such as customer service calls, classroom interactions, legal discourse, and doctor-patient conversations, to understand how communication is structured and managed.